I get this question a lot, especially when somebody is starting up doing digital content the first time, especially videos, that the biggest fear somebody has, and I was one of them, is what if somebody doesn't like what I'm creating? They don't like my t-shirt, they don't like my hairstyle, they don't like the content, whatever. And you get a few thumbs downs, maybe some nasty remarks. What if? And that is one of the biggest fears that stops most people from creating content. I learned this from one of my mentors who is a big digital marketer. And what he taught me was that in spite of the fact that he is so well known and so good at it, he still gets negative comments, sometimes obnoxious comments. And his advice was just let it be and go ahead and create the content. Now, I'm making an assumption that whatever you're doing is not spamming, it's not illegal, immoral, it's not something X-rated or discriminatory in nature. It's just good quality content in your niche. It's the best you could give at that instant in time to your audience. That's a base assumption. So if you're in this channel, I'm sure you're not one of those people that is spamming, because we are completely against sending material and content to somebody that is not appreciating it. First and foremost, take emotions out of this equation. When somebody does this to your content, it's not personal. So we have to deal with it logically, not emotionally. Fear of rejection is a human, one of the most weaknesses, because nobody likes to be rejected. We're just that's the way human beings are. So the first thing I do is to see if this comment is truly adding value. I'll give you examples of ones that I've used to improve myself in the past. Some of my videos were picking up background noise that was disruptive to the audience. So when I got that feedback, I started being careful that disruptive noises, or if it's not loud enough, that's not the case, because then it's not good experience for the user. And one thing we need to be looking for is what's the real voice of the customer. When somebody is giving feedback, when a customer gives feedback, a potential client, either they're asking a question, they're trying to solve a problem, or they're telling us what they want. And if it's any of those kinds of opinions, they're worthwhile looking at, because in the next piece of content that you create, you might want to incorporate some of that. That's great. That's like somebody telling you what they want to buy and you're creating it for them. That's great negative feedback. If you are getting any of that, embrace it, love it, put it to work. Now, there's always going to be some people, and don't ask me why they exist on the planet. It's just like people that are fighting the ISIS war. It doesn't make sense to any logical people, but there are people out there, and that's just the way it is. There is going to be obnoxious people that are just going to be nasty. For those people, if it's a one-off, person just happened to land up in my blog, and that's just the way they are. They're going to just make nasty comments no matter where they go, and they throw a couple of comments out there. I do what my mentor taught me. I completely ignore it, and I move on. I do not respond. I do not retaliate. I do not get angry. That's a very important skill set I learned, because when I get upset, now they're in control. They won. They achieved the objective why they came out there and made that nasty remark at the first place, to irritate me. There could be competitors doing it too. So all of that is part of the process. And there are agencies, companies, applications out there that claim they can clean up negative remarks and they can help you with all that. If any of that works for you, you can try it out. My personal experience and learning and how I put it to work is I completely let it go. I ignore it. If somebody's obnoxious that they keep coming every day and start making the same kind of remarks, of course you have the option of blocking them out, doing something dramatic so that you just don't have to deal with it, because they're not adding any value to your content or to your audience. But negative feedback just by itself is not bad. And so I welcome any good critical feedback that comes through to my channels, because it educates me, it brings value. Debate, discussion, difference in opinion are all good. It brings value to myself and to the audience, and hence I embrace it, I will respond to it, and I will either improve myself or give them a reason why we have a difference in perspectives. So use negative feedback as fuel that pours gasoline on your fire to make a difference. Next time, put it to work, create better content, and make it happen. Go to our portal at sanisha.com. There's a lot of cool stuff out there that you can use and put it to work in your digital journey. Till we talk to you next time, stay connected.